Hey, hi. It is Monday. I don't know. The holidays kind of make things
Go low, please.
weird.
Yeah.
Time is a social construct, honestly. It's also not linear, but that's my personal opinion. So, anywho,
Facts.
hi. Welcome to Monday. It's time to play Rise of Tiamat. This is a 5th edition module that I run out of the Tyrannies of Dragons campaign published by a certain company that kind of laid off a lot of people. Crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, with that,
Shame.
yeah. Shame. Big shame, actually.
Plato isn't doing
yeah.
so well. Fuck everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fuck that shit. Anyway, now that we're past our minute mark. Anyway, that aside. So, oh my god, my phone is blowing up. Oh, it's bitter cold, you poor thing.
It is.
Someone needs to go wrap up a tiny little cleric right now.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, that's all that good stuff going on. Do we have any? Oh wait, I have an announcement. So.
Yeah, your mic cut out, bro.
Yeah, it cut out. I don't know why. Cut out.
Can't hear you.
Champ unplugged him. Champ's dethroning our DM.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, that's where my night's going. So I have an announcement. That is, my dad has his 3rd book available. He just posted the cover for it. It looks fantastic. Props to the program that made it, I suppose. So, if you know, you know. Anyway, he published his book. It's out there on, probably going to be on Amazon. He'll probably be posting the link soon. You can go ahead and order it because it is now Christmas. So go buy that 3rd installment for that loved one that loves their sci-fi, post-apocalyptic novels, because that's exactly what he writes. All based off of the old school Gamma World game design. So if you like vintage, post-apocalypse that has lots of anthro characters, lots of crazy mutants and crazy technicolors and spandex and whatnot, go check that out because it's awesome. And also,
mic cut out again.
Your mic cut out again, bro.
Cool. That's fun. So I think I can't hold this for too long, otherwise it cuts out because push to talk is fucking stupid like that.
God dang it.
Anyway, what other announcements do we have?
Since next Monday is going to be Le Navidad, we will not be having a stream on that day, so everyone can spend time with their families. Happy holidays for everybody.
It's Jesus' birthday.
It is Jesus' birthday. That is good old Texas mentality. We will be having something at the end of the month. On the last Friday of this month, we will be at Excalibur. We're gonna do our best to see if we can stream that day. But we'll be doing a one-shot. It's going to be a Winter Wonderland one-shot. But yes. That is my announcement for the day.
Neat. So if anybody's looking to rekindle that love of playing D&D in person, they should go to that.
It's fun. And probably cold. Because it's outside.
Well, that just means you need to start selling hot chocolate.
That's
just
a
saying.
good idea. Some
hot chalky.
Get some abuelitas out there. Just
chalky milk.
Anyway, so I guess with that, let's go ahead and we'll probably just like roll into that other announcement of so no game Christmas because Christmas is a thing.
Yeah.
Which means there will also be no game on New Year's Day because life is like that. It's holidays, so there's a lot of stuff going on.
You should definitely spend time with the people you love.
And I have definitely elected that I would like to spend time not worrying about building what's going to happen next, because I'm going to have to start plugging in a lot of numbers. Because what y'all did last time really really did something. So
Insert the meme of I'd do anything.
mhm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, patience! You have no idea.
Do shit.
So before we get into that, no game on New Year's. So the Monday after that, we can start the new year with a Sea Devil game. Get into that, and for New Year's Day, if people aren't busy and not too hungover, I don't mind just hanging out, like not streaming, just hanging out and playing games or whatever. Because, whichever. Yeah, whatever. I want to decompress from the holidays.
Valid.
Effectively. My holidays do not end until January
Ooh,
7th, so I'm just like constantly moving.
Ah, yes.
They really make you do the 12 days of Christmas, don't they?
Oh, those
More than 12 days.
I
That's
haven't
good.
No
You
idea
get-
how
you get-
many.
You
But I
get
have
right
to
up
say
through
I for
Epiphany,
sure.
and then you have to stop.
And then I gotta bake a fuck ton of roscas, so let me tell you about that.
Hey, sorry. Speaking of 12 Days of Christmas, did y'all know 12 Days of Christmas, the gifts the true love brings, they're all birds.
Yeah.
It's all birds.
I learned that from you.
Yep.
Are you guys getting a bird?
Speak.
Huh?
And now you
No.
know.
No, that's just Tabby's special interest, and we love that for her.
Okay.
Speaking
I wanna
of
speak-
12 days for Christmas.
Oh,
there
God.
are going to be
Yes.
3 dogs and a cat in this house,
It's like
and
as
eventually
I'm just
probably 4 dogs. There will be no bird.
as somebody who enjoys birds, who has raised birds, I will say from the bottom of my heart, I am never getting a fucking bird again.
I understand.
Yeah.
They're a fun
Jesus is like, I love
hyperfixation.
my birds.
Owning
I
a
mean, I
bird's a
do,
different
but I
But-
understand. I
thing
understand.
altogether.
No, we love them.
I understand.
But
I understand
And they're
completely.
so cute.
Completely. Jeremiah, what's up?
Speaking of 12 days, speaking of punching in numbers, then not sometimes the Chinese take out those $12 and then you tip $3. But getting home to find out they forgot part of your order, priceless.
Love that. Thank you so much. That was
Jeremiah.
slick. That was so slick. I was ready to sit here and be like, bro, that sucks. I'm so sorry.
Jeremiah.
I'm gonna keep that one forever.
Riceless.
Jeremiah, we can't say that. We're live. We can't say that, Jeremiah.
Hey, we're past a minute. Go be-
You're not allowed to.
We're past a minute.
We're not allowed to be funny here.
Yeah.
Uh, it's up. It's past the queue. It's past the. Nope. It's now awkward.
What's awkward?
Emoji, but whatever.
It's fine. We're past it.
Oh no.
Social cues. What are they? So, let's do introductions because this has been a long one, and we only have so many minutes in the night. Because after this, I got to go right back to baking. It'll be fun. So, anyway, I'm Vic. I'll be your DM, and I will be playing all the lovable NPCs for this evening. And I could say lovable this time because
Here's where we are.
they're not trying to kill you.
Yay.
And hovering in the same ether as me. Hi, Tabby. Who are you playing?
Hi, everybody. I am Tabatha. I will be playing Patience / Rosemary, the Tiefling Ranger / Sorcerer.
And Jesus, who are you playing today?
Hi, everybody. I will be playing Tarsius Chadington, a Minotaur barbarian fighter who is he needs to clean his hooves before he goes inside this very nice house, because I'm sure there's a lot of gunk underneath those toesies.
Don't you go messing up Connie's rugs now.
I can't. It's very nice rugs, ma'am. I cannot destroy those.
She just bought them.
They're so
Anyway.
nice.
Is Donnie's wife's really named Connie?
Yes.
Okay.
And hey, Jeremiah, who are you playing tonight?
Playing Cordelia Chadington. Medusa Fighter Blood Hunter Rogue. It's a mouthful.
Multi-class and does to you.
Like, if you're not ending a campaign with at least one character doing like 3 multi-classes, are you even playing D&D?
Mhm.
Maybe, but probably not very well.
Being a multi-class, hey, Sydney, who are you playing today?
I am Sydney. I will be playing Nicodemus D. Hawkins, the human rune knight paladin.
A
Finally joined the multi-class club.
nice.
Congratulations. So proud of you. We are on this journey together. And unfortunately, our holiest of fathers will not be joining us tonight, as spoons are a thing that sometimes disappear literally within minutes. So, as always, we give lots of love to those people and hope that Lynn has a good night of drinking hot chockey and staying toasty and warm in her little space heater.
Yes.
Because it is very cold here.
And I say in her space heater because she's small enough to fit in it.
So now that Hawk is a paladin, does that mean he can lay on hands?
Yes.
Oh, God.
It actually is a lay on hands pool. It says that.
Let's go ahead and roll that bean footage. I felt like I had years taken off my life. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll.
Like that a lot recently.
Okay. All right. Let's run through a quick recap. So, you all journeyed to Termish after receiving a note from a wizard by the name of Iskander, who was looking to defect from the Cult of the Dragon, and the prize that he offered you at the end of your journey for safely whisking him out of Zonthal Tower was the Blue Dragon Mask. Now, you journeyed to Termish. You found cult members and a blue dragon named Lenanthon taking people from the village that was Hawk's hometown, which, coincidentally enough, happened to be nearby the mountain range where the Wizard Tower was currently hiding. After a unfortunate incident where Hawk's home was destroyed by said cult, as they had experimented on the townsfolk, turning them into draconic abominations, just mishmash of like experimental monsters of humans, elves mixed with dragon parts, and the results being not very pretty. You journeyed to the tower, found your way through the maze that guarded the tower, and eventually found Iskander. Iskander explained his predicament. He explained the current politics within the Wizard Tower as what the current projects were being run by Galvin, who is known as the Blue Worm Speaker of the Cult of the Dragon. One of his projects you encountered was their attempt at fabricating their own Tarrasque, which, after fighting it for a few, Patience managed to tame it. You chased Severin and Nolene through the catacombs of the tower, found your way through the control room, which was a room that held a multitude of mirrors facing multitudes of different realms. There was mirrors focused that were scrying into the depths of hell. There were mirrors scrying into the plane of water, and so on and so forth. And Iskander was able to open one that led to what is known as the Time Chamber. And in the Time Chamber, you found an egg. And then on that egg sat on an altar with this malevolent-looking dragon statue. And before it, Severin and Nolene, as well as 5 Abishai, draconic fiends that served Tiamat, knelt and waited as Hawk, what you saw inside the egg looked like the form of your sister as she was writhing in pain. And when you ran forward and ripped that egg open, you found your sister, but you also found that she had been changed, and now has taken on the visage of the avatar of Tiamat, as she was also turned in a way, much like how your fellow townsfolk were also turned, but this one a bit more complete. This one a bit more, I guess detailed is the word to use. As she now carried a crown of horns as well as these large bat-like dragon wings. And you all fought her. You fought her servants, and you all decidedly made your escape. As you ran back through the gate that Iskander was holding open for you, being chased by Tiamat and her servants, you managed to make your escape into the control room, and when Iskander opened the gate to Waterdeep, you all ran through. And just as Iskander was about to, the tower collapsed, and the gate's connection was cut, and Iskander lost. So now here you are, standing on a busy street in Waterdeep. The weather is much colder now. It's sunny, but the wind carries a chill with it. And while there is no snow, which, granted, you have yet to see snow in Waterdeep, you all find yourselves on the steps to one particular house. And this is a house that you've all been to before. But now this one looks much nicer. Looks like it's been kind of fixed up. It has a vibrant garden kind of growing in a manicured sort of way. You see this nice horse-drawn wagon kind of sitting next to the house. And you know this as Donnie's house, who happens to be the new council member of Waterdeep. And you can see so as when you look to his door, there's a seal, like a crest just kind of sitting kind of on the door frame that kind of signifies that he is a council member. So, as you're all kind of standing there, ragged, shaken, still covered in blood and grime, what do we do?
Look at my hooves. Oh, there's mud. Scrap a mother. Cobblestone on the outside.
You kind of scrape your hooves on the cobblestone.
Do we know? Is that fine?
Patience is looking over to Hawk.
Hawk is staring directly at the pavement. Embodied like the absolute embodiment of one of his 2 personality traits.
You know, I'll say at this moment as you're staring at the ground, everyone roll me a perception.
20. Well, dirty 20.
18.
14, 18. You said dirty 20,
Yeah.
Hawk. Okay. What'd you get, Cordelia?
Or 15.
15. Okay. So, for the most part, everyone notices as you watch, I'll say, Hawk, out of the corner of your eye, and Cordelia, as you kind of like turn to kind of like get a measure of what the state of Waterdeep is. You turn and you watch as Lark kind of shifts his weight to one side on his foot, and then he just kind of keeps going, and he's collapsing.
We catch.
Okay, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
17.
All right, and you manage to kind of like catch him on kind of like the fabric of his sleeve, and kind of like he starts to slump, and then you use that momentum to kind of like hook your other hand like against his waist, and you just kind of like put one hand over your shoulder and kind of support him.
So
Okay.
Lark collapsed on.
Hawk caught
Lark
him.
collapsing, Hawk caught him. So did
Yeah.
you? Do you mean Lark laid on hands?
He did
So you
not
have
fall
one
on him, but
cleric whose exhaustion has now caught up to him.
Considering the man
Yeah.
just went through hell.
yeah, he
Yeah.
went to hell and back, literally.
Literally.
He was running on adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hawk's got him. He's like, okay.
Gonna lean close. Is he breathing?
He's breathing. He's
Okay.
just unconscious.
Or
Like,
Tarsius is his own.
it's
Like,
Just
say,
also why
healing.
Hawk is like, I'm not going to heal him because he can't
Right.
consent to that. He probably
Cordelia?
wouldn't consent to me not letting him fall on the ground.
Is
Do we
this
knock?
the house? What? This house looks fixed up.
No, it looks
I mean,
Which-
we've been to Donnie's house.
Yeah, so
before.
you've all been to Donnie's house before. You do recognize this as Donnie's. You just know that
Yeah.
it's looking a little nicer now.
It's
Should we
renovated.
knock? Should we knock and let
How long
Lark
are we
rest
gone?
here, or
About more than a week, actually.
Hawk would sit there and be like, I mean, at least give us a few minutes of reprieve, and we can figure out what to do.
So we kind of basically just got teleported here, right?
Yes.
Basically, that's what happened.
And I will say the weather is vastly different from Termish, where Termish you kind of like had that muggy kind of humidity of like, say, a Mediterranean coast. You immediately came back to Waterdeep, and it's like being on the Pacific in the middle of winter, and it's got a chill to it.
Yeah, seeing the house do all looking kind of fancy, and then we just basically got out from a hellish tower
Yep.
dungeon. I'm looking at myself, it's like I'm trying to clean myself up as much as I can. Like grabbing a rag and wiping my boots because I don't want to ruin the carpet.
Of course. Yeah. Okay, so
On the
cleaning
floor.
yourself up as quickly as you can.
is going up to the door and knocking politely?
All right. And Patience, who made more or less just the only motion was let's knock on the door, goes to knock on the door, still covered in the dirt and grime of your last adventure.
I'm probably like doing like a sideline wipe on Patience as well. You know, kind of like a how big sister.
She's gonna stick her thumb in her mouth and she's gonna start rubbing her cheek.
Stop! 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 Stop!
Got some schmutz on you.
30.
She's gonna smack at Cordelia's hands. Just stop.
All right, so you knocked on the door. All right,
Yeah,
this is going to be. All right, so you hear the loudest voice possible yell from inside and the window's open, by the way, over here. This is a window. You will hear a voice like shouting out from a window, and you recognize this voice as Donnie's wife, Connie. It's open.
Well,
You can come on in.
Patience will take that as an opportunity to go straight on in.
And you open the door, you walk in, and you got these nice, like, plush, like, magenta rugs with, like, these intricate, like, designs on it. The floor looks like it's been recently polished as well.
Is there a doormat outside?
No, actually, there isn't.
I was literally about to be like, you mean other than Hawk?
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Bad.
Wow. Okay. Alright, so everybody walking in?
Yeah.
Yeah, Patience will just use prestidigitation to clean herself up.
Okay. So everybody shuffles in.
I'm like, Hawk will kind of heft Lark up, because I'm pretty sure if he's unconscious, Hawk's like, I can't drag him like this.
Alright, so
Remove-
hefted into arms.
I'm
Yep,
removing,
we'll carry him
I'm
in.
removing my boots. When I see
what?
the
Oh, okay.
Close to the one that scared me there for a second.
It's just fireballs the front entrance.
when I see the really
Yes.
fancy rug, as soon as the door opens, I was like, nope, I'm removing my boots.
Oh, got it.
Putting on my
Take your
bag.
boots off. You open your bag, you get your little house slippers on, you slide those on.
Yes.
Anybody else want a prestidigitation to make themselves look clean and presentable?
Well, unless you're gonna make me smell better.
Give me a scent.
Pineapple.
Patience is going to cast another prestidigitation, and Tarsius, you smell the whiff of pineapple.
Ooh,
I will roll
tasty.
another.
I'm just hungry.
Holy crap again.
Almost.
13.
Jeez.
It's like
getting lower.
No.
It's getting lower.
But it's the fact that the 13 and the 19 are so close to the 1 on the D20, so.
Alright, so you all kind of shuffle your way in, get yourself as cleaned up as you can, and you hear the sound of activity coming from the door on the left. And you've all, been in kitchens before, so you know that is the sound of like somebody busying themselves in the kitchen, like putting pots down. You hear a sound like the sound of the knife chopping on the board. And it's just an overall very nice, like, comforting spell. And like when you walk in, the first thing you smell is this very like heavy like aroma of mulled spice. So you get the cinnamon, you get the allspice, you get some rosemary in there, you have like a bit of juniper. It just smells wonderful.
Oh, lovely.
Smells like Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Kinda.
I'm gonna follow my nose.
All right, so you follow, and then you go all the way to, and like you pass kind of like the open threshold, and you will see Connie sitting there, kind of busying herself as she's preparing like a nice little like. What time of the day is it? I'm gonna say it's lunch. She has like these little like nicely cut sandwiches that she's putting on a platter, and I just want to say for the record, in my head, she sounds like Fran Drescher, but I can't do that voice. So you're just gonna get the best little like little Jersey accent that you get. Oh my god! Oh my god!
With how Cordelia looks,
Yeah,
she's gonna turn into the introvert that she is.
Oh.
She's gonna be like kind of hiding behind Tarsius because she doesn't look presentable, and it's kind of like
like oh
It's
my
kinda
god!
like-
It's been so long since I've seen you.
Yep.
Come in, get yourself
Okay.
something hot to drink. Let me get you something to eat. Probably
Tarsius
starving.
Just hears a lovely voice offering him food. This is the best day ever. So,
And she's wearing like a very nice little like a nice little wool dress. She has like an apron on to keep her things from getting dirty.
I swear,
She's got her hair up in like a nice little like
So-
braided bun.
we're a little bit dirty. I apologize for maybe ruining your
Oh, well, if that's the case, then you need to go wash up in the sink right now.
Oh,
She's going to point over to the sink at the far end.
am I dirty?
Like,
see that.
not Hawk, like, stopped short in the doorway, who is not clean, who looks as shitty as he feels.
Oh,
with
goodness.
Lark, who looks like he's been to hell and back. Cradled in his arms.
And you walk in with Lark, and she's immediately going to, like, kind of, like, throw down whatever knife she was using and just, like, let out a scream. She's like, oh my god, Johnny! Johnny! You hear the sound of something dropping in the other room, and you hear, what? Like, Johnny, get in here, we have guests! She's gonna, like, let me put you in the room as well.
Oh.
And she's gonna run herself over and start kind of, like, fussing at you. And just be like, you know what? Just take him to the bedroom. We have a nice little lounger. Just put him on it. We'll make him comfy. Is he all right? Is he dead?
He's breathing.
He's been through hell.
He's
He certainly looks like it.
yeah, he's not doing so well. And Hawk will be like, which way is the room?
And she'll kind of show you, and she'll direct you to the bedroom. Where if you just, like, follow out through the door, she'll, like, take you right here.
Yep. Behave.
Because I have no control over Gren, I feel like Patience is trying to him to come in.
Which, getting him up the steps, first of all, was a challenge, as he's just kind of like doing that thing where he's, like, taking it, like, one step at a time. He puts two paws on one step, and he starts, like, raising his leg up, and then it kind of, like, goes down, and he tries to raise the other one up, he goes down.
Rolly from 101
Yep.
Dalmatians, thank you.
And he'll eventually just kind of, like, make it to the door, he stops, and he just kind of, like, stares at, like, the door frame itself, and just looks at you.
Gonna have to grab him and catch him up.
And you, like, grab him, and, like, all of his rolls collect to the front of his head, as you kind of drag him into the house. And he just kind of, like, starts anxiously sniffing at things. There. Let me give you control of that.
Start smelling things like, don't you pee in this house.
Yeah, he's like smelling like he's about to pee somewhere, and you're like, don't. Like when you take your dog to a new house and you're like stressed that they're gonna act up.
Like, I swear to God.
So
You want to be left at home and miss out for the rest of forever, you'll pee on the floor in this other person's house.
you'll put him on the bed, and she'll get like a little like wash basin like put together with some warm water, and then like a soap bar, and then a rag, so that you can just like clean him up if need be, and then some like nice fresh linens as well.
Yeah. He'd kind of... Yeah, like, clean up, wash his face, and like, clean him up. Clean up what he can clean appropriately. Just so he's not covered in whatever the hell you come out of Avernus covered in.
Depends on who you are, I guess.
Right. We were just talking about that.
We were actually.
I just see a ding, and I'm like, hey.
Which is why I'm slowly moving away from published modules and trying to do my own. So.
Writing my own as
Nice.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Hawk will sit there and just kind of like, yeah, wipe his face off with damp washcloth, etc., etc. And he'll look to Connie and be like, can I trouble you for some plain bread and water?
Anything you need. And I'll say, like, as she would have like rushed you into the other room, you would have passed Donnie, who was just getting up from his spot on the couch, kind of like holding like a little like nicely carved like pipe, wearing like the looking very like Hugh Hefner looking like velvet robe with like the plush little ascot. He's just like, where's the fire?
He's wearing a dressing gown.
Yeah, he's fancy now.
Or what is it called? A smoking jacket?
Yeah, I
what
think
they're
that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's just like, whoa, where's the fire at? And just like they continue on, and he'll just like kind of mosey his way into the kitchen, kind of like peek around the corner and be like, hey, how's it been? Look at you. Come on, get over here. I got a sitting room.
Oh, okay.
Don't be Get something to drink, otherwise Connie will kill you.
Oh, okay.
He worked very hard on that.
Is it alcoholic?
It is.
Oh.
It's a mulled wine.
Oh man.
Patient's like, ooh.
Hey, this might be Tarsius' first drink that he's voluntarily.
Which, I mean, you like hold it up and it's like it's so warm in the cup, and then it's got like all these lovely spices in it. And I'll say everyone that's in the kitchen and the hallway, you'll hear Connie yell from the bedroom, Donnie! Give me some bread! Give me some bread and some water!
She yelled and Hawk just like flinched, like, oh. Okay.
Yep. Like, ow.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, yeah. He just like goes and he like gets like a little plate with some bread, gets some like a pitcher of water together, and he just kind of like, all right, make yourselves comfy. I'll be right back.
Patience is gonna make her way over into the lounge, like.
Which
and
it's a
just-
very nice space. Like you have like a kind of like a book nook kind of corner where you have like some bookcases filled with books. You have like a writing desk. There's some nice plush seating in front of the fire that's going. There's a little piano there for entertaining guests, and all along the walls there's like kind of like loomed like little like decorative tapestries and then like portraits. Above the fireplace there is like a nice like painted portrait of Donnie and Connie together.
Aw.
Just kind of standing like very self-important. Which that wasn't there the last time you were at the party, so they just recently got that done.
New portraiture.
Patience is just gonna sit in the middle of the floor with Gren. And just kind of like flop on the floor and just stare up at the ceiling, letting everything that just recently happened catch up to her.
You lay down, Gren just kind of like lowers himself on the ground, and then slowly just all four legs kind of like sploot out.
Same.
And he sighs.
He
Reach
sighs
out
like
and
he
just-
pays bills.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's gonna reach out and
I mean with his rolls he does.
she's gonna reach out and just scritch under his chin.
And his little back leg will start kind of like scratching. All right, Donnie will kind of hurriedly make his way back into the bedroom, kind of with the bread and water. And this is like the first time he's like taking a look at you, Hawk, and then Lark, and it's just like, oh wow, you just look like you've been through hell. All right, and he just kind of like puts the bread on the end table over here. So, how was your trip?
Hawk is gonna sit there and just like. I feel like he's concerned about Lark still. He knows he's gonna be okay, but it's like he'll sit there for a second and he'll think about it, and like the color is gonna start to drain out of his face.
You guys didn't go to Suspect, did you? He's not oh. All right.
Termish.
Right. I know that. I knew that. Termish. But, you know,
Close.
anyway. Yeah, it's pretty close.
He's gonna be like, I'm all told. I don't know that I don't know that Larkspur meant to come back here, but you know,
I mean,
when things are starting to cave down around you.
well, we'll see how he feels when he wakes up. He probably won't be none too happy, but it is what it is. So, how'd things go? You guys look a little scuffed up.
Yeah.
As while this conversation is going on, Connie is like on the other side of the bed and can only fluff a pillow so many times just to make sure Lark is comfortable.
I'll go look over her at some point and be like, I appreciate your hospitality, but if you make that pillow too comfortable, he'll refuse to lay on it.
Oh.
I know, but I just, and then Donnie's like, Connie, go tend to the other kids. Leave the boy alone. He's all right. I'll take care of him. And she'll roll me an insight.
She's like, no, I wanted the chisme. Yeah, we'll see how we do with that. That's not our thing. Oh, okay. Well, maybe. 14.
14. All right. So, you as you tell Connie to kind of like ease it with the fluffing of the pillow, she stops and she'll kind of like her hands kind of hover anxiously for a moment, but then she just kind of like tucks the blankets a little bit more snugly for Lark, and then she'll kind of put a hand on his head, and you almost get like this sense of tender motherliness to it, and she'll just leave the room.
That will make Hawk smile.
Oh.
It's small and sad, but he did smile.
Oh.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did we tell Donnie what we were going to do?
So you told Donnie that you needed to get to Termish, if I recall correctly.
Okay, we didn't tell him
And
why
you-
or what we were doing.
I don't recall that. I don't think I made a note of that. Luckily, there's games that are streamed, and I could probably go back and look at that. But I'm gonna say, for the most part, you I think you kind of kept it on the down low. You just needed to tell him you needed to urgently get to Termish very quickly, and that's how he was trying to source a teleportation scroll for you.
Okay.
But then you managed to find your own means of transportation through the Giant's Castle, so...
Yeah. Okay. And we still don't know Patience has the mask, right?
Nope, no one knows that.
She hasn't said shit.
Great.
Y'all literally thought that like everything now is about to go to hell in a handbasket.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I was
honestly.
gonna think. Hawk is probably gonna look at Donnie and be like,
What's going on? What's
I
with
have
your
a
face?
feeling- I have a feeling things are about to get very bad.
Why do you... Why? What happened? What's going on?
Well, I can't keep my mouth shut. That's what's going on.
I mean, you're preaching to the choir here, so... And he'll just kind of like give you like a little like playful kind of nudge on the shoulder.
Hawk's gonna look at him and be like, I
Right.
called Tiamat a bitch.
Oh,
A few months
yeah,
ago.
I can't say I've ever done that. I mean, I've written a few checks with my mouth that I say I could not cash at the time that they were written. But insulting higher beings a little beyond my reach. So
Hawk will be like, well, she's cashing checks.
oh. Can I ask what happened? I mean, I know you kids needed to go to Termish. You needed it quick. And luckily you were able to find a way, but what happened?
Hawk will give him, like, not knowing really what he should or shouldn't tell him. He will give him, like, he'll hit the high points, like, we got there, and he'll tell him about, like, the missing people and Lenonthon and his hometown burning. and like the experiments that were being done on people.
That's real heavy stuff, kid.
And then he'll tell him that Tiamat made his sister her avatar.
Gonna be honest, I never really kept up on my scripture reading, so I don't think I can grasp what that means, but that doesn't sound good.
It's neat.
You happen to have a god or something that's in your court, or what? Because if she's gonna do what she says she was gonna do, it's gonna take a lot to plug that hole back up. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I've seen my fair share of stuff over the years, and gotten into maybe 1 or 2 episodes of, crazy extraplanar stuff. But having a dragon god kind of crawl her way through hell into our reality is a little it's a little above my my repertoire.
Same.
I mean, I've heard stories of adventurers and stuff that, stopped apocalypses, but usually that kind of stuff's at a roll of the dice, Never know what's gonna happen.
Haha. I'm so sorry. Here, would you? Oh my God, where is it? Why are there so many? Hawk is gonna sit there for a second and be like, and like at the mention of like someone on our side, his eyes are gonna widen a little bit, and he's like, I think there might be. And he's gonna like look at the bracelet that he was given that turns into a shield. Maybe. I don't. Oh. I don't know what we do now. I don't know. All
right, well, let me tell you
And,
what
like-
to do right now. Take a breath. You've been through a lot. Now you gotta just...
Like, this very large man is like every bit of fighting back the breakdown that he is about to have.
Yeah. And Donnie will just kind of like... He's kind of like shifting from one foot to the other. It's like... And he's not looking you in the eye either, like in a kind of trying to give you your space kind of deal. Like, look, you need a minute. I'll leave you to it. I'll go make sure Connie isn't, overfeeding all those other kids in there. Come out when you're ready. I understand.
Buckle nod.
He'll put his put a hand on your shoulder and just kind of like give you like a reassuring like squeeze. It's like, if you ever need anything, old Donnie's got you. All right. I mean, you guys did me a solid, getting me that council seat. Just let me know. Then he'll give you like a little kind of not too rough, but like a little bit of a rough like slap on the cheek. And he'll just like turn around and shuffle out. And then you will be left there to your own devices as Lark is currently unconscious in bed, still breathing, but he's tucked in, sleeping soundly.
Hawk would probably drag the chair that's over here by the little dressing table.
Yeah.
If he still fits in it. If not, he'll drag this bigger chair
Okay.
over here. And just... He's gonna sit down, and he's gonna look at Lark, but he's like, he's going to be fine. I know this. Like, I know he's going to be fine. And then we're going to have ourselves, like, a very long, good cry.
Okay.
And just, like... I'm like, I reckon if Lark really only probably takes up half of that bed, he's, like, got his face down on the other half of the bed, just, like... They're gonna need to wash these bed sheets. We're
fair.
ugly crying. And... At the point of kind of... I'm going to say sobering up from that.
Mm-hmm.
He is gonna look at his bracelet and just kind of stare at it and, like, really think about it. And be like, and just tell it, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Like, and just... And... I would say, yeah, probably in a very prayerful way.
Okay. So I will say, as you do that, go ahead and roll me a religion.
I don't know if I have any pluses to that, though. I do. Okay. 19.
All right. Go ahead and roll me percentiles.
Gimme. 82.
All right. Okay. Where would you say your travel bag is currently at this time?
He just shuffled around for a minute after Donnie left. Like, he left, made sure Lark's bread and water was next to the bed, and kind of just... I want to say, like, in an effort to kind of continue to delay what he knew was coming, like, he'd have probably drug it over. So it's probably sitting just over the end of the chair. Like,
Okay.
It's on the floor, but it's probably no more than an arm's reach or so away.
All right. So I will say in that moment of you kind of crying it out and then reaching out in prayer to your bracelet, you're not sure if it was you in your kind of anguished breakdown that would have, moved anything while you were sobbing, or if it just wasn't sitting like too steady, but you hear the sound of your bag fall over. And when you look, when you kind of like follow the noise and you look at it, you will see the corner of the book sticking out of your bag. That being the book that you've been reading.
Yeah. So, yeah, the tome.
Yes.
He'll like stare at it for a moment. And like he'll kind of like, that's suspicious. And then he'll sit there and be like, I can take a hint. And he'll pick up the book.
Okay.
And open it again and just kind of thumb through it to where he'd left off, and then just kind of be like, and just like look at the page that he left off on and stare at it for a moment and just kind of like.
I'll say, the first as you open back up to like the bookmarked page to where you left off at, which I have to ask, is Hawk a bookmark or a dog ear person?
He is. He can be like me. He's gonna be a bookmark of opportunity person.
Perfect.
So
yeah,
it's
some
whatever
CVS
is there.
receipt that he picked up.
Yeah.
Good to
We
know.
don't dog ear books. No character of mine would ever be that animal.
If a bookmark costs more than $1, why not just use $1?
Honestly,
Literally.
I have used so many things. I've even used like the dust covers as bookmarks, where I'll just kind of like fold it in on itself and
Dust covers. I've used like corners of paper that I've torn off of other things.
I've used sticky notes. I've used bookmarks that I got for free at the bookstore. I've used Amazon receipts.
Pieces of string.
I'm pretty
I
chaotic
used
when I do
a
Was that Jeremiah?
utility bill.
Oh, I'm chaotic on my
You dog ear?
bookmarks. Huh?
You dog ear?
I go like this.
Oh,
This
I lost your
sentence,
camera, so I
this
can't see.
page.
Yeah.
Oh, I look at the page number, I look at the sentence I last read, and then I close the book.
You are crazy.
I was gonna say
My
that's-
memory could never.
That is chaotic evil. I was literally about to say that. My first DM ever, C-Ram, that's what he used to do because he had a photographic memory, and he would just remember where he left.
I mean, I don't have a photographic memory, but when I do read a book, that's what I'm used to. That's what I've been doing.
Honestly, that was so cute. Oh my god.
Oh, so adorable.
We're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get flagged on Twitch for sexual conduct now. Wow.
Fucking adorable.
Anyway, nighty night, Nicholas.
Going to bed.
Oh,
Night.
goodness. Okay, so anyway, as you open that book to the last page that you were reading on, and you kind of like your eyes just kind of settle on the page as you're preparing yourself to figure out what you're doing. The first sentence grabs you, and that being basically something to the liking of, and it kind of reads like one of those self-help books in a way, just magically so, where it's like, in order to see the change that you wish to see, you must first change yourself. To embrace change is to become change, and like stuff like, basically it kind of like going off on little tandems like that.
All the little platitudes.
Yeah. And that in order to make your change, first you must change your mind. You must learn to look at things from a different lens and find the, kind of like build the mental fortitude to accept and embrace, the different changes, and like how many changes hold different meanings. They can hold different energies, and there'll be good changes, bad changes, moderate practical changes, and so on and so forth through there. So as you kind of start humbling through that paragraph, that's more or less what it's saying.
To do the, he'll read it and then kind of sit there and like look at it, and then look at Lark, and then look at the book again. And honestly, I feel like he's going to start reading it out loud, but quietly.
Quietly. All right.
Obviously, Lark is unconscious.
Right.
But like something to fill the silence, he will just read it out loud. Or he'll probably start off that way and then eventually just like go to brain reading.
That's fair.
As he gets more engrossed, he'll stop talking.
All right. So you start reading, and you kind of like catch yourself in that for as long as until you're ready to close the book. So for everyone else, Connie would have left the bedroom, and she immediately would have like went back into the kitchen, came back out, and carrying a full tray of various like treats and pastries, and she's like, "Oh, I baked all this morning,
Ooh.
so help yourself."
One of each, please.
Says you'll have you'll have like raspberry crowns, you'll have like little like mini bear claws that have like candied like nuts on top of them. You'll have like scones of different varieties.
I once knew a
Just
guy
like-
who didn't like to eat nuts in the cookies. I do.
He just went to bed. He can't even defend himself. It's care.
Yeah,
He has to pick the nuts out of the cookies.
he doesn't like it.
Yes, patience.
Patience will like casually grab one, and if she's laying there, she's immediately gonna kind of like sit up, and then look over to Tarsius and Cordelia. When we get a chance, we need to go to the tavern that your uncle runs, because I need to speak with my dad.
Oh,
I'll say by this
okay.
point, Donnie will leave the room as well, and he'll walk in, just be like, "So, I kind of got the short of it. You guys really went through went through the ringer, huh?"
Go.
So what's this mean for us? What do I mean? I don't want to stress him out, and he kind of like gestures to the doors, like I don't want to stress him out anymore. He kind of he's done enough. He's seen enough. I'd rather he just take 5 for himself for now. But as now a representative of the city of Waterdeep, I have to, I guess, legally ask you this question: do I gotta pack my bags? Do I gotta find some kind of underground shelter somewhere to? Do I gotta take a sabbatical to the Underdark? What am I doing?
I'm gonna look at Cordelia and just like shoving everything down because I put way too much food in my mouth.
Yeah, and Connie would have brought out some like tea as well for you to enjoy.
Oh, that doesn't swallow. Not if we could help it.
Yeah, Cordelia's just tired of being awkward, sitting by the piano.
Right.
When that question was asked, she turns around and then she starts playing.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so well, we have some bad news, and then like in his brain, we don't have the mask. And then more bad news. I think it's
Yeah,
just a
that's
lot
true.
of bad news. I'm drowning it with cookies right now. But there's always hope. I think cookies are helping.
Also, just to add to a little bit of anxiety to this, the music Cordelia's trying to play is Winter Wind by Chopin.
Good lord.
I was gonna say it's not
What?
Chopin's funeral march.
Jeez.
Now,
Chopin alone.
if you know what Winter Wind is
Leave
from
Chopin
Chopin,
alone.
is gonna be it's anxiety inducing.
Lord have mercy.
Well, it would be good to have a plan B, which, how easily would you say, would it be possible to start an evacuation for the city? Just in case.
You want to evacuate all of Waterdeep.
I'm not saying.
Do you
we
have any
should.
idea how backed up these streets are going to be?
Absolutely not.
I don't think we need to do that anything that rash anytime soon, but that's just me.
I'm just saying, have you seen this place during hurricane season? It's
Nope.
fucking nuts.
I have not. Well, if it's a lot of people in one spot and then there's a big dragon, then a lot of people can get hurt. But if they're spread out, then the dragon can't hit that many people. It doesn't matter how many heads that dragon has.
I think we're going to be okay for right now. Just me.
Patience, you have never been this optimistic, and I am more concerned about that.
Meh.
Just me.
Okay.
Tarsius, like, trust me when I say this.
I am gonna look towards Donnie. I think we can put all. So wait, seriously. I think we can put all of Waterdeep's faith on a 9-year-old girl. Fully serious.
But yeah, I'm really gonna get some good sleep about that.
Tarsius had that was 100% sheer
So just kind of like
honest.
pull a pocket square out of his little smoking jacket, and he's going to dab the balding spot on his forehead. Just yeah, sure, why not? Great plan, great plan.
She's gonna immediately sit up, just puff out her cheeks. It's like,
Like nothing against you, of course. I'm just saying.
this way. What they want to do, they're going to deal with some minor setbacks. Major setbacks, technically.
Major setbacks.
Yes. Major setbacks. I need to talk to my papa.
Okay.
I mean, if you need to go talk to, by all means. I mean, don't let me keep you.
But I would also like to have my current party with me.
Well, I think your buddy Hawk's gonna be a little indisposed.
Patients will get up and just go and around. Well, not with drink. Stay. Well, I say you stay, but he'll still probably follow her, so. She's going to round the corner into the other room and just be like, Hawk.
As you walk in, and Hawk is deeply engrossed in a book that he's reading, and I will have you roll me a insight real quick.
19 plus 3.
All right, so you walk in. You kind of tiptoe around the seat where Hawk was sitting, and his head's just kind of bowed as he's kind of leaning his elbows on the other end of the bed while Lark is resting. And you see Hawk's lips moving quietly, but they're not. You can't hear anything him say anything. He's reading to himself. But you will notice kind of tear stains through the kind of the grime that kind of is still on his face a little bit, and his eyes also being red from recently crying.
She's just gonna kind of stand there awkwardly, going from goof to goof. And she'll call out again, just, Hawk.
He'd lift his head.
Right, so he acknowledges your presence.
You do need to I would like to make our way over to the tavern so I can talk to my papa. I don't think.
Go ahead.
Just put it, it's I don't think apocalyptic things are gonna happen soon.
Hawk's gonna sigh and in earnest, it's gonna be one of those do I wanna know? Do I wanna know? And he'll be yeah, I wanna know. And he's gonna be how would you know that?
She's gonna just kind of hold on to her bag a little bit closer. I did a thing when we were at the tower.
He's gonna he sticks his finger in between the pages of the book and closes it around his finger. What do you mean?
I have something in my possession that I would rather not talk about it in full here.
Book. Oh, back to the book. Is it the book?
No, it's not the book.
Hawkins going to squint at her and just be like, "Come here."
She's gonna just take it.
Can I look at it?
I don't want to take it out here.
Is it? Does it? Do you have a bag? Is her bag a bag of holding?
Yes.
Dang. Okay. Because I'm like, you could just open it, but I don't feel like when you look into a bag of holding, you probably can't really see anything. He'll kind of
They're
sigh.
gonna be very disappointed when they go through the rubble of the wizard tower.
Okay. Hawk is not smart.
It's not there.
What's not there?
What they're looking for and what they need.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll percentiles. Do we understand?
No.
Are we picking up what you're putting down? No, that was a 23. He's gonna kind of look at her and be like, okay, well, he's gonna look over at Lark. He's not gonna be waking up for a while. Does this have to be like, well, tell you what, he'll sigh and like find a scrap of parchment or something in his bag, because I'm sure there's something.
Okay.
And like, I'm sitting there like going through what he has in his bag. I'm like, ah, yes, a crowbar.
I will say, just for fun,
Bookmark of opportunity.
I will say you will find as you're kind of like about to rifle through your things to look for a spare bookmark, and to keep you from having to open up a fresh ream of parchment. I will say, as you kind of reach into your bag, you notice the barest of like a red thread just kind of like stuck to like between a link in your like chainmail armor.
Hold that and it, like look at the thread and then look at Lark and then be like,
And it looks like it would have come off of his ropes.
he'll just kind of lay it into the crack of the book and then close it.
Between the crack.
Well, I mean, you can't put it anywhere else; it'll fall out.
Say crack again.
He'll sit there and be like, okay, we can. This one's gonna be indisposed for a while, I think. Yeah, let's
Okay.
go find your dad. I can.
You can also tell him that I'm not dead, so I'm sure he'll be thrilled.
Yeah, I can.
Finally,
live to see another day.
the burden has lifted.
Like Hawk is like, yes, I can finally live to see another day. He does not sound enthused about that. We're on the same will to live as Lark is right now.
It's like for once, it's like patience. For once, Hawk actually sounds like Lark when it comes to talking about living another day, and you're like, oh, that's a little weird, concerning almost.
Hawk will be like, okay. And he'll like pick up his stuff. And be like, yeah, let's get you back to your parents. He'll look at, he'll kind of shoo her out of the room and be like, go get the other ones. And after Patience is out of the room, he'll look at Lark and be like, Mercy, please don't go running off. I'll be back later.
Mercy, you say?
All right.
And he'll even scrawl down on a little piece of paper because he knows he can't hear him.
Yeah. Tape it to his sweaty forehead. Just...
like, and it like he'll sit there and he won't write his name on there and be like, please don't run off. Heading to Burning Boar. Be back later. Nicodemus. And then fold it and just like stick it in Lark's hand.
Okay.
And then and then he'll take it back and then write in P.S. I didn't take your shit this time. You can like chill. And then put it back in his hand.
Exact words.
So open his bag and be like, "There's a file missing."
There's a file missing, and Hark's like, it wasn't me this time,
like
asshole.
would have completely forgotten that he used it.
Right. Yeah, and he'll stick it back in his hand.
Right.
Note, and then he'll take a breath, and then kind of like if Connie left enough little linens, he'll kind of walk over to like a wash basin and kind of wipe his own.
Stocked him. And if you open one of those, and if you open one of those dresser drawers, that is also filled with linens.
Of course it is. And he'll kind of sit there and like using some of the fresh water, and just like wipe his own face off and wash his hands. Since the rest of him is thoroughly covered in armor. Just so that he does not look quite so filthy.
Patience is running into the other room like, Tarsius, Cordelia, we need to kind of make a quick beeline to the tavern, please.
Skidoodle.
Skedaddle, skidoodle.
Okay.
And Hawk will also look at Donnie and be like, if it's okay with you, I'd like to come back later to check on him. I am by no means dumping him off here. Don't tell him I said that.
I mean, by all means. He's like a stray cat anyway. He kind of makes his way in, makes his way out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We know him. We've taken care of him before. So, and he's just kind of like saying, it's like, hey, you just showed up, you eat my food, you leave. That one over there is burning a hole through my piano.
Huh? Oh.
Nice point, like kind of like gesturing with his pipe to Cordelia. Like, you doing okay over there, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm okay. And she'll stop. Wonderful piano.
Thank you, just got it. Thank you for putting it through its paces. I don't play the piano, I just assumed it's a nice conversation piece. You know, you have a party, you're always going to find someone that's going to find the piano in the room to go sit and play it, so might as well have it.
Be like free entertainment.
That way you don't have to hire a bard. Fun, cheap tricks from yours truly.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, if you guys are going to go head off to the tavern, get out of my house.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Huckle's gonna be like, thank you again. I'll be back later.
Yeah, don't be spreading my kindness around, alright?
Okay.
Kind of ruins the reputation.
Tarsius is gonna grab
Which is
all
a
his-
hilarious thing for him to say, because he's literally known as the person for the people, so...
Yeah, Tarsius is gonna grab all his dishes and put them in the sink and
Oh, how nice of
clean
him.
up after himself a little bit. But
Connie's just like, oh, you don't gotta do that. You don't. It's okay. I got it.
okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Like, here, take something for the road. She's gonna pack you like a little bag with more pastries. It's like, here you go.
Thank you. They're not
Don't
gonna-
be a stranger now. She's gonna like pat you on the cheek.
Okay. He's definitely gonna come back now. Like, okay, I got permission.
Of course. All right, you guys are gonna beeline it to the burning boar.
Mm-hmm.
Right, in that case, let's take a little break
Okay.
so that people can use the restrooms and walk their dogs. So, all right, see you guys in a few.
All right.
Hey, Papa. She's gonna immediately give him a hug. I'm not dead.
So he kind of gives a start, but then the second that you hug him, his arms are immediately around you. He's standing up and he's like picking you up in a hug. Just like, oh, thank whoever. Oh, okay. And he's gonna just kind of like put his hand. He's gonna put a hand on your head and just kind of like hold you close for a long moment. Gren kind of like slowly waddles his way over. He's got little legs. He just kind of sits at Cole's feet and just looks up at you.
She'll give him, like, another head scratch. A lot of things. And
Well, first of all, you're filthy, and he'll start trying to like. Prestidigitation only lasts for a few moments, in case you didn't know that. And he's gonna pull out a rag and start kind of wiping your face.
oh my god, I'm fine.
So, what? And he'll just like sit you down, and he'll kind of like lean away from the table, kind of like looking towards Zevi, and it's just like, excuse me, Xavier, can you please get something for my daughter? And Zevi just kind of like starts up and she's like, oh, yeah, let me go tell West, and he'll kind of like head back to the kitchen and kind of poke his head in, and then you hear a very loud what, and then a West kind of like throws open like the swinging doors to the kitchen very loudly as he walks in. And he'll look to you, Tarsius and Cordelia, and he'll like kind of make his way over. Go, I'm on the wrong layer. Layer check me. He'll go around the counter, and he's gonna like throw his arms around both of you and kind of like squeeze you close. Just like, all right. How was your trip? Did you have fun?
Pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Do you need a bath?
Yes.
I need a shower.
I stretch my muscles. I am hurt.
Alright. And you'll kind of, both of you will kind of like feel like a little bit of a breeze, and then there's going to be a card put on the table that says, welcome back. Baths are being drawn.
Hey.
As Wes is like, how's on it? So, give him a few minutes. There'll be some hot baths ready for you.
Looking around.
Right, food. Okay, let me go do that. Shit, sorry. And he'll just like kind of like wander his way back into the kitchen. And then you just hear loud pots and pans clanging from the kitchen. Every now and then you hear shit.
So yeah, a lot of things happened.
Oh,
Before we talk about it, Papa, do you happen to have a spell that can, prevent people from listening in on certain conversations?
do I have a spell? Look. Yes, obviously.
Very tough.
Don't want to say it runs in the family, but every now and then I need to put your grandmother on Do Not Disturb. So. You know what happens. And now I'm concerned that you need an anti-detection spell up to talk to me. What's going on?
And then I'll.
God, and he just like reaches into his bag, he pulls out his like big ass spell book, like drops it on the table, opens the pages, which are obviously all meticulously tabbed and color coded.
Yep. I'm not surprised.
So he's just like, okay, conjuration, and then we have illusion, and then he'll go in his own particular method of organization, and if you ever asked him why isn't it alphabetized, and he'll just stare at you like, why isn't it? No. because that doesn't make sense.
Let's just straight up like bookmark the page. I know you use that spell all the time, probably.
What makes you think I have bookmarks on hand? Like, I've memorized what area of the book it's in. All I need to do is get to that section, okay? So he will go pull up that spell.
I just know it requires a little bit of diamond.
A little bit of diamond? Oh, please, he
Not a
probably
lot,
has that at
so-
that point. He probably has that at that point. I just need to go read the spell real quick. Remind me what that spell is?
Non-detection.
Non-detection, yeah. It's like, I can't remember.
Character sheet right now.
It's fine. Is he like, okay, abjuration. All right, so larger than 10. Okay, 10 feet. That's what I just needed to know dimension sizes. All right, so he'll like do a little bit of a sprinkle of dust around the table that you guys are sitting at. It's like, as long as you do not leave this table, as you talk about this, you are fine. So for once in your life, I'm going to ask you, stay still.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just sitting there, kind of like her legs bouncing a little bit.
Okay. So, and Hawk, are you just kind of meandering at the doorway, or are you sitting at the bar?
He would have sat there like watching, like we're kind of misty. Like watching like Patience get her hug from Cole. Like he sit there and be like, ugh.
You'll get a whistle from the bar as Care kind of like raises his tankard at you. Looks like you've had a long journey. Pull up a stool.
He'll go sit.
And he'll order you whatever it is you're kind of fancying to drink.
Alcohol. And while waiting, he's just gonna kind of sit there and like head in his hands, like fuck.
Fuck.
Hmm?
That bad? That bad?
Say the kid doesn't seem to think this way.
Am I going to
I'm
have
here
to
We're all about to die.
get my arrangements in order? Got it.
I feel like the second that.
Well.
No, when Hawk mentions the whole, yeah, we're about to die, and the non-detection spell goes up.
The second you say we're about to die, Zeve will drop whatever glass he's polishing.
Like, oh no, not
shit,
like right.
fuck,
This second,
okay.
but, like, you know, we've got like a couple weeks, and he seemed like, don't your parents have a fucking summer home or some shit in a different town?
Yeah, we have the demiplane. And then we have the demiplane, and then we have the home, which is in hell. But we don't know how hell is going to be looking if Tiamat decides to vacate.
Well, Hawk sitting there. It might be time to start considering.
Well, I don't. No offense, but I don't think my dad would want you there. Or anyone.
I don't think he'd want me there either.
That's fair.
And honestly, I'm not even worried about me at this point.
I mean, it's not that he hates you. I mean, he'll say he hates you, but he's not big on people.
No, that's fair. And to be honest, I don't hate your father either, but I am terrified of him. So
You should be.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
not a particularly smart man, but I am that smart.
Yeah, and well, Pops is at work right now, so he's really not happy about everything that's going on.
Hmm.
Having to keep watch over Sunbridge for like the next well, till the end of the month, I guess.
Mm.
And then
Yep.
Dad's busying himself with party planning because he's not going to let the apocalypse stop his sweet baby boy from turning 6.
Yeah, we got an invitation. Well, we didn't. The kid got an invitation for that. I'm fairly certain.
It's honestly an open invite. The more people that are there to pay attention to him, the more Phoebus is going to want that. Like, honestly. I mean, the way he sees it, and the more people there, the more presents. So don't forget a present, by the way.
Yeah, I know. They're compulsory, which means they're required.
Yeah. He likes some. Well, something that's within your budget. He likes cheese.
Yeah, I bet he does.
He likes cheese. He likes some stuffies, and I fucking no. Yeah, bro, that's a stocking stuffer. It's the
What?
300. It's like tandem. There's a trend going around where apparently all the newer generation of kids, when they ask for stocking stuffers, I know back in my day we would get like oranges and candy and socks and stuff,
Yeah.
toiletries. They're asking for like $300 like moisturizers and like face creams.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Nick and I were having a conversation about that earlier today, and I'm like, when Amazon's like, "Oh, get them the perfect stocking stuffer," I'm like, a pair of AirPods is not a stocking stuffer.
That's a gift. That's a whole
That's
gift.
a gift. Yeah.
Anything that's going to be over like $30, that's a gift. That's a whole ass gift.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm like, stockings are for little trinkety deals.
Yeah.
Socks.
Those are for hair accessories, toiletries,
Scented
socks.
lotion. A bath bomb.
From the $5 bin at Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Like
what it
the
is.
cheap set that you bought at Walgreens. Like,
Exactly.
Not, oh yes, and here's my $350 moisturizer. Absolutely not. No. Anyway,
that's what Phoebe's expecting for stocking stuffers.
Jesus. It won't keep you young.
Yeah,
Phoebe.
so like I said, honestly, like I said, things that, like, no offense, things that are within your price range are going to be like
None taken.
cheese and stuff.
Hawk, like, he can have everything I own at this point.
Okay.
Patience is just looking at everybody, just like, nobody freak out with what I'm about to do, please.
Wait, I thought that Cole put up the thing.
He did, which it's going to so non-detect for those that need to know. You hide a target that you touch from divination magic, and the target can be a willing creature or place or an object no larger than 10 feet in any dimension. So within the area of that table that they're sitting at, cannot be divined in any way.
Interesting. Okay.
It is it's putting a sticker over the webcam kind of move.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah. There you go. Just like that.
I love that Jesus and I both were like, no.
So you can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. So it's an anti-scrying spell.
Patience is just looking over. It's like, I need to make sure nobody freaks out.
Everybody
And I
needs to get
promise
really
that
cool
nobody
about some
freaks
stuff.
out. Huh?
Everybody needs to get really cool about some shit really fast.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say by this point, West is coming out with the food.
Hawk, well, like when Patience makes that request, like he'll sigh and be like, to care, and just like, she stresses me out.
How do you think I feel about her father?
Ugh.
Runs in the family. It's genetics. And Cole's just like, hey.
It's for horses.
West coming out, it's like, I didn't know what anyone wanted, so I just made mac and cheese. Here you go.
I love mac and cheese.
I feel like while everybody's being like casual with that, Patience is just opening up the drawstring on her bag of holding and pulling out the box and setting it in her lap.
West is distributing the mac and cheese. He looks over, he sees you pull out the box. Are you opening the box?
She's not.
Okay. So he'll go and he'll put the mac and cheese on your table.
Hawk had let out his sigh and made his comment to Karen. He's just watching what does she have?
So while everybody was busy talking with I feel so bad I lost his name.
Gander.
Wow, he just fucking died too.
I know. Shut up, that's
Have
what
some
makes me
fucking
bad.
respect. Jesus. Wow.
Iskander Tabby.
Sorry, I forget I'm on push to talk.
Oops.
Yeah, while everyone was talking to Iskander,
As she just opens up the box.
And you will all see the blue dragon mask sitting in that box.
Cordelia eating the mac and cheese, enjoying it. And then you drop the box, and then she got curious what it was, and you open and go.
Immediately to Tarsius.
Oh man, eating it from his hair. Whoop.
I am so sorry. That is not ladylike.
Wes drops the tray that he was holding, which it didn't have anything on it, but he just drops it. He's just and just points at you, Patience. You have a MacGuffin.
Don't say anything, huh?
That's a MacGuffin.
Don't say it.
I know exactly what that is. That's a MacGuffin.
Completely drains his drink.
Who are you
And
drinking?
he's gonna get up and walk over to Patience and hold her face in his hands and be like, "You stress me out."
Cole just kind of looks at it wide-eyed, "Oh, okay."
You stress me and he's not but he's just squish, you stress me out.
If I didn't take it, I felt like something bad like this was gonna happen.
Hawk's gonna look up and just be like, "I need another drink. Hey, Xevier, the world's not ending."
Oh, great. That's okay. Great. Good. Great. Wonderful.
Or at
Actually,
least we put a pin in it. Put a pin in it.
Farron's just so round for the bar, I guess. Mazel tov.
Oh, more mac and
Farron would do
cheese?
that.
Love it.
Oh my god.
Because drinks are now distributed.
I'm just imagine little shots of mac and cheese, and I'm like, "Hey Vic, I bet you they'd make that. You do that at your work. You want a mac and cheese shooter?"
They'd make it an active station too, and they would expect culinary to work that station because the banquet servers unionize, and they think that anything that involves food, they don't have to touch it, even though their job is to serve food. It's good stuff.
So-
Yeah, no, it's fun. I love it. It's so great.
What?
Make that make sense.
Yeah,
So how does
make it make sense. Oh, they
how
just
does
stand
the
there.
food get to the table?
Well, so what they do is they set up the room, and they'll put the napkins and the plates and all that shit on the table, and then they'll have the stewards bring the food out, even though it's not the steward's job to deliver the food.
Insane.
Okay.
Fucking bonkers.
But yeah.
Fucking bonkers.
And I would say at this point, this is where Patience is literally running down a lot of the stuff from her point of view that basically happened, and you watch the existential dread just cover Cole's face.
Basically, that's exactly what's happening. It's that moment of realization that dawns on him where he's just like, "Oh, she's just like me."
Yeah, see, and then we went into the...
And Hawk is like, "Oh, don't forget to tell him about the Tarrasque."
Yeah, there was the
what?
The wizards were making a Tarrasque. I cast Summon
Rosemary.
Monster on it, and I befriended it. So...
Oh, and the Juggernaut.
The what?
Oh yeah, we went to the astral sea and we saw an astral thingy.
Hawk's hands are up like she's alive.
Rosemary Patience.
Also, I was able to cast a 6th level dispel magic on a wizard tower. My aunt said I did a very good job, and that was all me.
You're who?
My aunt. You
You
didn't
don't
tell
ha-
me you had a sister.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, her
Who
name's Auntie Claudia. She says that with such a smile.
Cole just like puts his elbows on the table, steeples his fingers, and just sits there. It looks like he's praying, but he's just. You can see his hands shaking. You spoke with a devil lord.
She's not that bad.
That's the thing. Yeah. How do I explain this to a 9-year-old?
She told me that if I want when I'm older, I could actually try to, take my own layer. But
Absolutely not. No, ma'am. You're a little too young for that.
Oh, I know I'm too young for that, but when I'm older, I could try.
We'll put a pin in that later. I have a lot of things I'm worried about right now. That is the least of them, surprisingly.
I think someone else would also be worried about that, not just Cole.
I was putting that Skype call on mute. Okay, so
Okay, but my main thing is I don't know what to do with it now since we have it. What if I put it on?
don't.
No.
He did it.
But what if I could talk to Grin?
It's like it's one of those things where Cole reaches over and he slowly closes the box and slides it back into your bag. Like, sweetheart,
Yeah.
we're gonna just leave that in the bag right now, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that in the bag.
That's why I wanted you to put up the non-detection.
I know, but here's the thing. Yes, we have non-detection up. Yes, we have the means of protecting ourselves from being scryed on and divined in any sort of manner. But if someone knows that this is missing, I guarantee you they are going to be looking in every possible way to
I have
get
an
this
axe.
back.
That's why I have an axe.
Good job, Tarsius.
Thank you. I did good.
It's Wes like, yeah, you did.
Hawk, once again, like, you have a bag of holding?
Yeah.
So you can't scry on things in bags of holding, right?
No, it's a pocket dimension that is connected to like the astral. See, anyway, it's a long,
Hawk, like,
convoluted.
put it in the bag.
Wait, what if we put a
Put it in the
bag
bag.
in another bag in another bag?
And
Well,
then
and here's the
bag.
other. Don't do that. Actually, don't do that. Please don't do that ever.
Dividing by 0.
I think
No,
that
that's-
creates a sphere of annihilation.
That creates a sphere of annihilation. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I'm glad you remember that.
Oh, okay.
So yes, put it in the bag of holding. You're going to leave it there because they can't detect that usually with
Okay.
the specific spells that
Okay.
requires you to detect objects. But if this is a relic that was created by Tiamat, we got to get rid of this thing very quickly.
How do we do that?
Well, it's a relic of a certain deity, so it's not something that can just be outright destroyed. You have to go through a very convoluted means to get that done. You can try to see about getting. I hear that dog scratching up that bed, and I'm going to kill him if he scratches through that foam. Huh. Yeah, you go check that for me, please, because if he's getting my bed all screwed up, I swear. So,
Going back to the pound champ.
you know, oh,
Used to do to Moose, and what the ASPCA commercials come like, do you want to be in the arms of the angel still? Better tighten up.
hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. Hey.
You better straighten out.
Look at me, sir. I kept your receipt. I think you should know that. Yeah. Get my
Unrelated
$5
today-
back.
Unrelated, today is Moose's 10-year anniversary of adoption.
Oh,
I came up on my
Moose,
Facebook a little while ago, and I'm like, maybe
baby boy,
The baby.
my whiny
Yeah.
boy.
the whiny little boy who you adopted, and then he had decided to establish his drama by getting parvo.
He got parvo, and then in the last 4 months. He's been to the hospital twice because he just wants his stomach to not work at all.
He's the drama.
He is the drama.
So yeah, there's a lot of different ways to see about destroying a relic, but just know it is not going to be something that is easily attainable. So
Okay.
you could try to take it to the celestial plane and see if they can hold it, but I don't recommend that actually, because who knows what could happen if you get them involved.
I feel like that would create more problems.
Usually it does. Sometimes. But yeah, we need to get rid of this. That's the main thing here.
Gotcha.
I will put some feelers out. I will see the possible directions we can go with this, so we can see about getting it taken care of, getting it out of the city at least by tonight. So,
Okie doke.
okay. All right, so just you sit there, and he's going to kind of like slide your bag away from you as you pushes the mac and cheese towards you. You eat, and just you've had a long journey. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of things that were difficult for, that were difficult. So,
Yeah,
are you okay?
I'm fine. She's looking down the.
He's gonna like look at you. He's gonna look at you again, just to like try to like kind of like that it's not aggressive in any means, but it's just kind of like that protective parental stare where he's trying to like measure if you really are okay.
Yeah, yeah, totally fine. I'll roll deception on it.
Roll me deception. I'm gonna go grab someone's insight.
Oh fuck, that's right with M.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, Mr. I have +5.
You have a +5? Let's see.
Mr. fucking perceptive over here.
You build him.
I know I did. I don't know why I.
I gotta try to find that.
You see all.
Honestly, yeah. Ooh, no, don't do that. Where do you go? Are you the one I need? Nope, you're the wrong one. I have to scroll through all of the D&D Beyond links I have in here. You think I would have labeled them?
Nah. That takes time.
Yeah, who has time for that?
That's
Jeez.
fine. Yeah, we got
Who fuck has time?
DMing to do.
Yeah, it's got DMing to do, yeah. There he is. Found him. I got him. Nope, it's a 404. I got 404. I got 404 on your guy. Yes, please. Because the link that I have doesn't work anymore. Yep,
Oh, there
just
we
like
go.
that.
Just like that.
Give me that.
There.
Thank you. Wow, it's not even a working link.
God.
Oh, please.
Me looking at his character sheet. What's your insight? Oh, +11.
Uh-huh. So let me roll that real quick for you. All right. So what was your what did you roll for deception?
It was a 10 +5, so a 15.
Yeah, so that's 22. So he's gonna just he'll just kind of like purse his lips and just pull you into a hug and just hold you. I know you are.
She's just gonna melt.
Aw. Okay, so little hug happening with Cole planning to see about getting this relic destroyed as quickly as possible. Is there anything else anyone else wants to do within this time frame, as it's almost time?
No, just
No, I feel like if. Go ahead, Jesus.
no. I was just gonna say, just I guess from Tarsius' perspective, plan with the adults. What should we do with the relic, and then rest up. Even though he probably won't admit it, he's probably just gonna fall asleep eating cheese soon.
Oh, okay. Which eventually, Cordelia, as you're kind of enjoying your meal, kind of another note card is placed next to you to let you know that the bath is ready. So you'll be able to go up and get yourself properly cleaned off.
Yeah, she's gonna do that. She's gonna finish the mac and cheese. Thank
As your brother's
Uncle
just
Wes
like
for
kind
the
of
wonderful food.
dozing with like a bit of noodle stuck to his lip as he's falling asleep holding his bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think he needs a room.
So Wes just kind of looks at him and is like, yeah, I was going to tell him about his little cat friend that keeps coming by, but he should sleep first.
Aw.
I'll try to put Tarsius on my shoulder to carry him in the room. As small
And you
as
do
I
that,
am.
West will get the other side, so it's like he's not leaning, not like you're helping, like you're pulling like an arm while West is carrying the rest of them.
I'll say, Jeremiah, you actually do watch football, so you know what a pancake is, right? All right.
I'm
So you're like, all right, I got you, big guy. Okay, let's go take a nap.
No.
I do. I am also carrying the bowl of mac and cheese that he
Of course.
was holding.
Which you'll
Put it on his bedside.
place, put on his nightstand, and you release his arm, and then West will be like, all right, and he'll just like let go of Tarsius, and Tarsius just falls face forward into the bed.
Is it reinforced?
I mean, it's your room, so it's the bed that's made for you. It's like extra fluffy mattress, extra fluffy pillows.
Yeah.
Like some feathers just go up in the air.
I have my nighttime blankie.
Yeah, got your blankie. You got your wubby as well, whatever that is.
I'll grab the pool noodle.
Griffin.
A little griffin.
Little pool noodles for his horns.
Yeah, slide those on.
Yeah, or else the bed frames that get all scratched up.
Oh, absolutely. Pull noodles on. Get tucked in all the way up. Got your little griffin.
Yeah, after that, I'll go to take a long needed bath.
You go do that, and you just melt into that warm water. As the adventure that you had just been on just kind of lifts from your shoulders slightly.
Mm-hmm.
The horrors of what you saw don't leave, but at least your tired bones can ache now, and your snakes all kind of like try to get into the water as close as they can.
Oh no, I'm probably submerged in there.
Oh, okay. Your
just
snakes just
leaving
kind
my
of
nose out,
swimming around.
My nose are just out, so I can breathe.
A few of your snakes are just kind of like sitting still in the water with their mouths open, just enjoying the heat. That's downstairs, I will say. Kara's just going to put a hand on your back, Hawk, as he gets another ale ordered for you. You don't have to talk about it. I'm here if you do. But just know, I get it.
Nod his head, and he'll probably hang around for a little bit, and then be like, I need to go check the father.
All right. You know where to find me if you need me.
Yeah.
I'm either here or there. So.
He'll kind of nod his head and just pause for a second like he's gonna say something, and then he just walks out.
All right.
Head back to Donnie's.
All right, so you take a walk back to Donnie's, and it's a little late in the afternoon, so it's past lunchtime, so it's starting to get to like the 3 o'clock range. As patients, I'll say by this point, Cole would have just left you to enjoy your food, and he would have gone to basically saying, "I need to go check on finding a way."
To Grandpa.
No, it is an option, but I'm trying to make sure this.
You could talk to Auntie.
No, definitely not. Look, just stay right
She's
here.
not that
Just
bad.
patience. Rosemary,
Right.
if you're going to talk about this, you stay at this table. This will last for 8 hours, okay? This bag does not leave this table.
Okay.
I will be back within the next few hours. Before the spell ends, make sure that this bag does not leave. Wes, you make sure this bag does not leave this table. And Wes is like, "Yep, got it." And he's gonna like sit at the table and just stare at the bag.
God. Like when you're like, hey, can you watch this? And then someone does it like it's gonna do a trick.
Basically, that's Wes. Just like, okay. Trained my whole life for this. Stares. And he's just like staring, and you watch as his eyes start to like bead with moisture. And Cole's like, "You can blink, you know." Wes is like, "But what if something happens?" So Cole will get up and he will just don't go getting yourself in any crazy adventures without me knowing. At least right now. You just got back. And he'll give you a hug, kiss your forehead, and just kind of ruffle your hair as he steps out of the tavern. And as you are sitting there enjoying your food, Hawk, you make your way back to Donnie's place. And Lark is still resting, asleep.
Ready for you to be like, and that bitch is gone.
No. The window's open. There's a fucking like blanket like leading out. No. He's like a stray cat. What can I say?
Sneaky bastard.
No, he's still there. He's resting.
Yeah, Hawk will just kind of sit down. Like, obviously he made himself known, but
Yeah.
He'll just sit there and monitor condition, and
Right.
then, but for the most part, he's just gonna read.
All right. So you'll continue to read, and I'll say by this point you were a little more than halfway through because I have done the numbers on this, and say that this is a 300-page book, right? Realistically, if you are reading at an average rate, you can finish a 300-page book in approximately 8.5 hours.
Cool.
So.
How long did it tell me I needed to read this?
Which
book?
I don't. So as far as certain WotC page publication goes, they say that you have to read it for 48 hours for 6 days straight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that I don't like their system because much like how I don't like their business practices, and I'm just going to elect to do my own thing. So.
Okay.
Realistically, and if your int is high enough, I will say, which you have a decent int, right? Like
14.
14? That's pretty above average. So I'd say that puts you at a slightly above average reader. So you're going to be getting a little bit more than halfway through this book. And if you continue into the evening, you will eventually finish this book. So.
Makes sense.
So with that, is there anything that you would do after reading this book? Or would you kind of like sit there until you fall asleep?
He'd probably end up falling asleep.
Okay.
Like, if he finished it, he'd sit there, and honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. This boy's probably like talking to himself at this point. Musing aloud, like that music scared me. I'm like, hello.
Sorry.
Um,
It showed up right, like I clicked it right as it started, so I was like, "Oops,
hello, God, it's me.
bless you."
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
All right, so you fall asleep.
Yeah, he'll sit there and kind of like, as he's talking to himself as like a sounding board, he'll eventually like trying to figure things out, trying to kind of just deal, and like, you just gotta like little longer, like keep, it's fine, but you gotta like little longer.
Okay.
And then yes, eventually he'll like on that settee that was next to the bed thing, like, and he's probably too tall for it, so he's probably like laying on it, but like his legs are over the side of it or whatever.
That's fair.
He's probably gonna have a crick in his neck tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
I hate sleeping on sofas. But yeah, nope, that'll be all he does.
All right. So, with that, I will say you fall asleep. And you kind of fall asleep with these restless thoughts as you're thinking of everything that has transpired, trying to think of everything that needs to be done to reach that, to make sure that this, inevitable end of the world is not just becomes inevitable at this point.
Inevitable.
Yeah. And it kind of feels like for a moment that you are just every now and then you feel you it's like where your eyes are closed and you feel yourself drifting to sleep, but every now and then you gotta kind of move yourself, readjust, kind of like fit one leg this way, kind of like shift your arm to like ease up so it's not going numb, kind of like stretch your neck every now and then to keep it from like pinching a nerve. And eventually like these little shufflings start to feel like for a moment like you're moving constantly, and eventually it starts to feel like you're walking. And when you open your eyes, you are walking, and it's just on this kind of like this aimless, like starry road. Kind of like how you're used to. It's a familiar sight as you've spent a lot of time traveling. About 10 years of it just kind of on the road, going from neither here or there, just walking. And every now and then you'd find yourself kind of like taking an evening stroll, looking up and seeing just this bright, vibrant smattering of stars across the sky, just enveloping like a blanket of cosmos. And that's what you see right now as you're walking. There's no feeling of wind on you, but you are kind of like this in this outdoor kind of glen as you're walking. And eventually you see a door kind of at the far end of this glade. And whether or not you are choosing to walk towards it or not, you find your hand on the knob as you open it and you step in. And inside you see this kind of like a temple of sorts. As let me get you on this little map. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, damn it, Hulk.
Can't continue the song because then we'll get copyright strikes.
I know.
Honestly,
We're being
just,
too
can't do anything about that.
Yeah,
It's like just stop it right there. Just
It's enough that it was probably an earworm and somebody somewhere continued it.
oopsies. All right, put you. And then drag you. Yeah. There. Alright, so you find yourself in this kind of temple. Just the only entrance being the door that you just walked in from, and all walls kind of surrounded by these like vibrant stained glass pieces that you're not quite sure where the light is shining in from, but each stained glass is illuminating like different images on different places. And then there's like this one massive one just before at the far wall. So you walk in and each of them depict if anything, different points in your life. You have like an image of you as a young boy learning the forge from your father. You have an image of you and your sister playing outside. You have an image of the fight that you had with your father. And you also have like an image of, you traveling and learning from the giants, and then one of you finding your home burned and destroyed. And then on the biggest piece of stained glass in the middle, you see it's just an eclectic kind of like an eclectic patterning, like almost randomized in a way, of different colors of stained glass, and they don't really make any shape or pattern or image. It's just kind of like chaos in a way. As you kind of just stand there, staring up at it. And do you step any further into the room, or?
Yeah, I feel like we'd walk in and like.
And
I
as
feel
you-
like you would have probably kind of like taken the time to really look at the stained glasses too. There
Yeah.
were like pictures of his life and things, and just kind of think on that.
Okay.
Before, yeah, eventually ending up probably like here. And just
Okay.
staring at the big one.
Fair.
Probably looking at it really hard, trying to make his brain make a picture, like you do with those visual things that they used to print in the newspaper. The optical illusions.
Yeah, you're trying to like look at it from a certain angle, like close one eye.
Maybe I'm just not getting this.
Okay.
He's like, well, that's certainly how I feel. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like, fair enough.
Hey, right on. Yeah, no, that's about right.
All right, and as you kind of like, you stare up at this image, and as you kind of walked forward, you hear the sounds of your boots echoing against the ground. And eventually, as you're kind of just kind of staring at this, you hear the sounds of songbirds just kind of flittering around through this temple. You don't see them, but you hear them. And eventually you feel like someone is standing right next to you as you're having just kind of like looking at this thing, and eventually you see kind of like a billow of a cloak out of your peripheral. So let me put him right there. As you see this cloaked figure just kind of staring, admiring it with you. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't really see like the person's like features. Like if you kind of like try to tilt your head to look, you don't see. You just kind of like see like the hood obscuring their face.
Hawk just stands there like awkwardly for a second. Like, are you gonna talk? Like, how you just hear? So, are you the ghost of my past or my future? Haha. Welcome for the Christmas refs.
Love to see it. Just trying to find my... Wait, I wrote that in my other notes. Haha. I was like, where are my notes?
Notes?
That I actually had notes. I just forgot that I wrote them in my other note app. Oops.
All over the place. Honestly, same. I've got like 4 different notebooks now.
As the robed figure just kind of gives a little bit of a sigh, letting their shoulders drop. Quite the predicament we're in, won't you say?
He'll like softly kind of like chuckle and be like, "We."
And when he turns to when he turns to look at you, you will see the face of the old man that you met at the library. She just kind of smiles at you.
And Hawk just kind of like you.
Me. Sisters, am I right?
At that, Hawk is gonna kind of like his face will fall. Like, ouch. Like, no, that's still tender. Don't do that. Like that will very obviously strike a nerve.
Yeah, and the old man will reach out and he'll put a hand on your arm gently, and it's like a warm, comforting feeling that just kind of like spreads like through your chest and through the rest of you, and it kind of like eases the ache slightly. As he kind of like closes his eyes, he inhales. Yes, you don't have to shoulder this alone. Your pain is my pain. I sympathize and wish to make things right.
All right. How?
Well, for starters, I suppose it's easy for everyone to say that we're in this predicament because of my own actions. It's... well, it might... I'm not sure how to put it. It's difficult to say. I mean, what would you do if your sister just started running amok and wanting to, destroy all life as we know it that isn't in allegiance to her, and even then sometimes the ones that are in allegiance to her, it just because she thinks it's fun.
Yeah, I can't relate.
But what would you do? Would you forgive her?
I feel like I'd have to. Like, don't get me wrong. What she's doing is wrong.
Of course.
But
she's shattering the very balance of our planes as we know it.
I don't know. I want to say I could forgive, but
Do you forgive yourself?
Hawk, for what happened to them? No. I did that.
Did you? Did you do that? Were you the one that took those people from your village and turned them into those horrible, albeit very poorly constructed monsters?
Hawk, however, indirectly, I put the target on their backs. Or the targets on their backs.
You did no such thing. You could not control Tiamat's actions, no more than she can control yours. Well, granted, there are spells and other means of, mind controlling people to do what you want, but she can't control your soul. Not in that way. You have to sign a contract, and it's a whole other convoluted mess, but the point I'm trying to make is that You cannot control the actions of another person just by saying a few words in a reaction to, the obviously poor attitude she has. It's not your fault. She gets everyone in that kind of way. She's spiteful. She's cruel. She's, difficult. She believes she's right in her own way.
Yes, and apparently she is not taking criticism.
No, she's very bad at that.
I noticed.
But that's just what it means to be on the other side of the coin. She's chaos as opposed to my balance. She is cruelty as opposed to forgiveness and mercy.
Hawk sits he says mercy, and Hawk goes mercy.
And you
All
find
right.
the strength to carry mercy in your heart, no matter what happens.
Jesus, dog.
Oh, I saw that. That was aggressive.
I felt that in the floor.
Jeez.
Gary.
Can't imagine how stinky those ears smell right now.
They aren't. If anything, he's doing very well. But, damn it, Moose. Mercy.
Mhm.
Hawk could kind of sit a moment and be like, I mean, yeah. I'm not cruel, and I have no intention of becoming so.
Good, you passed step 1. Good for you. So if you are willing, and if you are ready, I brought you here because I want to offer my help, but as you know, as you will learn, there's a lot of rules when it comes to kind of skirting through the pantheon of things. Certain things you can do, certain things you can't, and if you interfere directly, then it just kind of tips everything ass over kettle.
But if you're just some random weird guy in a library with a bunch of birds, it's not.
Like I said, there's specifics.
Got it.
I'll have you know, I like being the random weird guy in the library. It's fun.
Right.
Nobody ever looks at him. Usually everyone tries to avoid eye contact when I talk to them. It's nice. But no matter. If I ask you the obvious question of do you want to stop the end of the world, naturally the answer is going to be yes. Because you don't want to die. Nobody wants to. You will eventually, but you don't want to.
You don't want to die, Hawk. Oh.
Everyone wants to go out in their own terms. It's understandable, and it's not how life works, unfortunately, but...
Hawk, more than not wanting to die, I don't want all of the innocent people in the world to die. Didn't deserve that.
Do you believe your sister can be saved? Oh. Bless you.
Bless you, my child.
Hawk will think really hard about that for a moment and be like, I don't know. I mean, I would hope, but I feel like that might be a little foolish.
Is it? Is it, though? Don't you want to save her?
I mean, yes, she's the only family I have.
So you do want to save her?
Yeah.
Then that was all the only answer I needed.
Okay.
You're limiting yourself with the the should haves, the could haves. But it's a matter of, do you want it?
Yeah.
Great. I heard this saying from a frog once, and that's something about no trying, just do it. So there you have it.
Not a frog.
It's a very wise frog. It looks like a frog. Maybe it was a goblin. No matter. So, you want to save your sister. I want to help you. You've received my boon. And so now comes the formalities to it.
Hawk like, okay.
I'm going to need you to kneel. I have to do this specifically.
Okay. Me like Hawk like
Without laughing.
Guy did not come here for that kind of deal. He says he's joking. As he like kneels properly, like you would.
It's like,
if
oh,
you
please,
were
you're
being,
not my
like,
type.
Knighted or something. Yeah, please look.
You're not my type.
I'm not like no offense, but you're a god.
A little
That's
too
not,
small and squishy for me.
I'm not into gods. Sorry.
And I'm not really into, human mortals in that way.
That's there. It was mostly a joke. He's like, as he's like, it's a joke. Okay. And he'll kneel like with take the knee.
All right, you take the knee. Now, bow your head. Close your eyes.
Like what?
Bow your head. Close your eyes. All right. And as you do that, you the temple disappears from you, and instead another image enters your mind. And that being you've taken the knee. You're on one knee as your head is bowed, kind of like bracing an arm against your propped knee. And the night sky that you saw before, the vast amount of stars and galaxies just kind of swirling about in the sky, it returns to your mind, but now all around you, as the stars just kind of like ebb and flow, like in different like frequencies of light twinkling, until they kind of form a different picture in your mind. As when you draws back, you see that you're not kneeling on a marble floor that is cascaded by stained glass lighting, but instead you are kneeling within the palm of this massive dragon whose scales glitter in the starlight in this pristine platinum color. As you are being held aloft by the hand of Bahamut, as this dragon that is incomprehensibly bigger than any dragon you've ever seen. And when he speaks, his voice still feels that of the old man that you were speaking to in the temple, but within your mind, and it kind of like thunders into your heart as he speaks. If you wish to take on my mantle, to take on what it means to be a knight of Bahamut, then merely accept me, and accept what it is I will ask of you to do. Follow my creed as faithfully as you can. And I believe you will be the change that you need to see in this world. And this massive, like, gargantuan claw is going to reach down, and you think that a claw this large, like the second that it's going to make contact with you, it would just crush you into oblivion, but it gently kind of like brushes against your cheek, kind of like touching your shoulder as if knighting you. And then you just feel this warmth bloom within your chest, this kind of like this multicolored light that just kind of like fills your entire being. And then you eventually wake up back in Donnie's home, sitting on the lounger, facing Larkspur as he rests peacefully. As you have been knighted as a paladin of Bahamut. And so, with that, even though we're a little over, we're going to end it here. So I wanted to at least end on a big note like that. As change is a-coming for this party and for the world. As
No pressure.
end times are on the horizon, you have the MacGuffin. You just need to find a way to get rid of it before they come find you. No pressure. So,
Whatsoever.
none whatsoever. So with that, thanks for those that watched. Thanks to those that played. And we will see you guys in the new year. So, all right.
Good
Bye.
night.
Yes. Bye.
Night night.